Iburu, Iboya, Ibuche, everybody in Cyberlands, your fair Babalao. At least I hope so. Omodu, Dileke coming at you with another great video. In this video, all right, before I jump on in, hey, I got a community tab. I'm gonna post some information on there because I'm offering the courses, right? Your fair Babalao Esther 2, and I'm spinning that back up starting in July. And I want to make sure the information was out there for anybody who's intrigued or anybody who wants to dive in and truly understand the sanctity of this faith. It's so important. Education is important. And I want to be able to provide that. So, I'm going to go ahead and post that in the YouTube community tab. So look for it. It'll be great. All right. So this particular video, I told you guys, I'm not going to get into all this fancy intros and exits and all this other stuff. Very time consuming. I didn't want to do that because I know you guys want to get to the meat and the potatoes. So let me give you the meat and potatoes. This particular Pataki is one that was shared to me long ago. Right? And it has several variations that I've heard different elders say. And this Pataki particularly speaks about the history of two things, the children of Yemaya, right? Called Adi and Imu, which if you look behind me, Adimus, right? Offerings. And in this particular Pataki, different variations, and I'll cut in and out to explain where some of these variations sit, but you're going to get the point. You're going to get the point. So legend had it, right, that Olofin was disappointed with the disobedience that the humans had in this earth and where things were driving and how the Orishas were maintaining order in this world. So Olofin was so angry that he pulled back his protection from humans. Things started to go badly. And when things go badly with the humans, things go badly with the Orishas. Why? Because they're elements of nature. Elements of nature kind of need some of that intervention with the humans. So let me say the Pataki. So Olofin's upset. Olofin pulls back the protection, right? And he withdrew it from the humans. Things went bad on this world. All the Orishas tried to obtain the blessings that is from the benevolent, right? Olodumare, from God himself. But all the sacrifices and all the offerings they made, none of them had the virtue of moving Olodumare, right? So Olofin kept the protection withdrawn. However, Yemaya had two children, Adi and Imu. And these children were very dear to her because they were a representation of her, right? The fulfillment of life. In some variations of this Pataki, they say the Adi and Imu were the actual breasts of Yemaya, right? And we understand the sacredness of the breasts of women and, how childbirth and, lactating and making sure they nurture what is this world. And when we look at this goddess, this divinity, Yemaya, right? The queen, right? We look at these were her two children, nonetheless, representative by the fulfillment of life. Now, concerned about the destinies of humanity and where that was going to lead the world into, her feelings and her natural instincts as the mother of this world, right? She offered Olodumare the head of her children in exchange for him to forgiving the rest of the humans on this world for all their disobedience and stirring away from their path. Yemaya offered Adi and Imu to save humanity and to return Olofin's benevolence and blessings. Now, Olofin was so moved by this deep and maternal gesture that he forgave the humans on earth. And he said, Adi and Imu is the greatest offering, the most beautiful and the most elegant and the most heartfelt offering he's ever received. This is one of the main reasons why Adimus will always be the greatest thing that you can offer me and the Orishas. So we look at this history, right? And we look at this story. And I had to refresh my mind, and I went back to a website, gives credit to ochanifa.com, because when I was brought back to this because I was doing a live with Maile. We were talking about Adimu. I was trying to find the story, and I was looking, and I said, man, I can't find the story. I remember when my elders told me, but I couldn't find it. And then I saw it written down, and I said, well, you know what? This is a good variation. And obviously, there's an ethical and a moral concept here. And obviously, everything's tied to an old doom one way, shape, or form. Many of us can search the old dooms, but nonetheless, the ethical and the moral concept is there. How many times have you gone somewhere and the answer is you're in Bo, and the things you gotta do, for the Orishas is a four-legged animal. The things you gotta do is a sacrifice. The things you gotta do is blood, 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 blood. And when the simplest thing is to bring some Adimus to the priest or the priestess of Orisha, or the priest or priestess, for them to put it to the Orisha that is defending, that is bringing the Ire to that person's life. That right there can be more powerful than any blood sacrifice given. And don't get me wrong, I'm not discounting blood sacrifices. I'm just saying that there's a lot of power in Adimu. And that's something that we have to remember. That's something that we have to focus on. That's something that we have to use more and more. The active concepts of grabbing Adimus and taking it to the sacred place of the Orishas cannot be understated. The importance of giving back what the earth gives, the earth takes back. And you offering what the earth gave, whether it's fruits, whether it's vegetables, whether it's bread, let me clean myself with an egg. You've heard it all. But that sacred aspect of that is important. Obviously, there's rules to Adimus. Obviously, there's numbers because numerology is important. Obviously, there's colors because within science itself, we understand that astrology, the rainbows, and we start going into a lot of these different aspects of science that we have to respect. Ifa touches all these things. That's why it's important, right? You get your consultation, or you go to a priest and a priestess, and you say, "Hey, I want to put this Adimu down to this specific Orisha because I'm having a problem with X, and this specific Orisha handles these things with X. So therefore, I'm going to give this Orisha this." And that priest and priestess will correct, hey, we're going to do this number, we're going to do this candle, we're going to do this color, etc., etc., etc. So you begin to see the power of Adimu. Never underestimate the power of Adimu. So with that said, I wanted to make this short. I wanted to make this fruitful. I wanted to make this spiritual. I want to give you more energy to walk this earth, understanding that there is more simplistic ways to attend the Orishas, right? On your own accord. Divination is different. Divination marks at bowls, and if a bowl is marked with a blood sacrifice, it is what it is. But don't forget the power of going to the natural places of these orishas and giving back. And with that said, Iburu, Iboya, Ibucheche Cyberland, that was my time for today, and I hope to talk to you soon.